All right. Good evening to everybody. How are you doing? Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, okay. So, I welcome each and every one of you to the 14 days content creation challenge. Um, it's gonna be a wonderful ride. It's gonna be a wonderful ride. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, I believe you can. All right, okay, okay. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, we'll be starting the content creation challenge tomorrow. So this is just a session to open the entire thing for us to know all that we need to know about the challenge and to also open our minds to the concept of personal branding, to the concept of content creation for your personal level. Also um, batch creation of content, because many of us are quite busy with clients work, busy with work, busy with school, and one of the problems why we find it difficult to push out content, to place content is because of time and everything. So we're going to look at batch creation of content and how we can create a balance to our work life and school life and also our business life, right? Professional life, content creation, personal brand, right? So we're going to be looking at that. And also going to be looking at all the things that you need to know to make this content creation challenge worthwhile for you, right? So we don't really use more than 1 hour, or let's say at most we use about 1 hour, 10 minutes. So just help you have your pen and you have your booklet with you because you're going to be learning quite. In fact, this is a crash course. This is a crash course, and I tell you, have your pen and your book with you because this is a crash course that you are getting for free. This is a crash course that you are getting for free. So you might be wondering who is this young man that is speaking with you today. My name is Ifeoluwa Moses. I'm a social media manager, social media strategist, a coach, also a digital marketing coach, and the founder of TM Digital B Services. I help businesses and professionals use social media strategically to grow their brands and achieve measurable results. Interestingly, I studied building construction in school in Lagos State Polytechnic and also in the University of Lagos. But here I am doing digital marketing, doing social media management and marketing. And you see, that journey has actually taught me something that your degree doesn't have to limit your future, right? With the right skills, with the right education, with the right consistency, you can actually build a successful career in any field at all, as long as you are dedicated to it, right? Over the years, I've had the privilege to train more than 6,000 individuals in digital media management, digital marketing, and content creation. I've worked with business owners, worked with organizations in various niches, health niche, finance niche, business entrepreneurs, event planning, catering in various niches, right? And I've also, trained quite a number of social media managers, a lot of social media managers, to improve their digital presence. And one thing you would notice throughout this challenge is that I don't believe in teaching theory alone. And that's the essence of the challenge. We are going to go practical. For those of you who have been in any of my classes, you agree that it has to be very, very, very practical. We are not just teaching theory. No, no, no. Theory does not cut it. You are doing practical, right? That's the implementation, right? Our goal for this challenge is not just for you to learn, but for you to lead this challenge with a stronger personal brand and the confidence to keep showing up consistently, right? To continue showing up consistently, very important to continue showing up consistently. Um, as the Lord helps us, but you also have to help yourself. So now, why are we doing this challenge? Right? We many of us build brand for other clients, for those who are social media managers, for those who are digital marketers, right? And many of us handle social media pages or handle content creation for our clients. But our own personal page, in fact, let me ask you again. So when last did you post on your own personal page? Drop it in the comment section. When last did you post on your personal page? I want to see it quickly, quickly. When last did you post on your personal page, right? When last did you post on your personal page? Let's see. Quickly, when last did you post on your personal? For some of you, I can for some of you have not posted in like a month. For some of you, your page is even empty and you're a professional in the digital space. Some of you, the last time you posted was 2 months ago. That's not supposed to be. But that well, definitely that is the reason why we are here. That's the reason why we are here. We are not, here to just post content to get likes or just to get shares or whatever. We're actually here for us to build visibility, to build credibility, to build consistency, right? Being visible is one thing, being credible is another thing. And also being consistent with what you are doing is another thing, which will now help you to strengthen your brand, your personal brand. But it's a process. First, to be visible. Then, when you're visible, are you credible? Because you can be visible and be doing nonsense, you're not credible, right? So, first thing is being visible, then being credible, then being consistent in what you are doing that has helped you to be visible and credible. So with that, when you're consistent, it will help you strengthen your personal brand. And then opportunities can now come in. Right. So it is a process, right? It's a framework. It starts from being visible, right? And that is what we are doing in these 14 days. And funny thing, many of us know that it's supposed to be posting content online. In fact, a majority of us know that we're supposed to be posting content online, but then we do not post content. We do not post content, and that is why we are here. All right. So before we get into the challenges, so I want us to look at a few things. Like eventually, we're going to be looking at personal branding, we're going to be looking at content creation, we're going to be looking at batch creation of content. So first of all, looking at personal. What does this personal brand actually? What is it? Why do I need to build my personal brand? Right? Why do I need to build my personal brand? Right? I need you to understand that it's very, very important for you to build your personal brand because people, right, remember people easier than the product or the service that they are selling. In fact, people buy people, right? People buy people before they buy the product or before they buy the service. A customer would first buy you first before they buy your product or service. So that means that if they don't like you, they would not buy your product or service. They likely will not buy your product or service. If they don't know you, if they don't trust you, they likely will not buy your product. So in that way, it's very important for us as professionals to build our personal brand, not just building your business brand, build your personal brand. So personal branding is not your logo or the colors or your templates or whatever. No, personal branding is the perception that people have about you, and it is based on what you say, how you say it, what you've actually done, how reliable you show up. And the funny thing is, this personal brand thing, whether you build it deliberately or not, you have a personal brand. I'll say it again. Whether you build your personal brand deliberately or not, you have a personal brand. Oh, I tell you, if your personal brand is silent, you still have that personal brand. Let me quickly now go to Google quickly. Go to Google quickly and search for your name. Go to Google quickly and search. What do you see? What comes out? In fact, you can use the AI mode to check. You can use the AI mode to check. What do you see? What do you see? Quickly, let's do that. What do you see? Have you checked? Have you checked? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? So you see, when you search, if you have anything on the internet space to bring it out, and it does not bring anything, and that means you don't exist, and that's a problem. And if you have, and you have not been deliberately been building it, you will still see what the Google will give you as who you are. In fact, like I said, use the AI mode. It will tell you who you are. And that's why you need in this age where we are, right, especially for those of us who are professionals in one digital space or the other, it's very important that we need to understand that customers will always go to social media or search engines to search about us before giving us a gig or a job. They will definitely search about you. They will definitely search about you. I have had clients, jobs who just went to Instagram, went to LinkedIn, or went to Facebook, and they searched and then they found me. And that is how they reached out to me, and bam, we are working together. So if I've not built my personal brand consistently over time, if they search, they will not find me. And if they find me, if they check my pages, they will not, it won't be credible enough for them to say that okay, they want to trust me with their business or with their organization, with their social media pages. So you need to be very, very, very deliberate about whether you like it or not, whether you are a content person or not. It is part of building your career. Right? It is part of building your career. So if people can't check your page and they can clearly describe who you are, what you do in literally one sentence, then your personal brand, you not really build your personal brand. If they check your page and they are confused, they check your page and the name is your name, username is Christian Badge, the bio is saying that you are an entrepreneur. They check your post, it's just like pictures of you in school. Confusion everywhere. And many of us, our pages are like that. And that's me not even talking about those whose pages are empty. Right. So we need to be very deliberate about building our personal brand. We need to be very, very deliberate about when building your personal brand. Right. When somebody hears your name, what comes to mind? When they hear Ifeoluwa Dineko, what comes to mind? When they hear Chukwuka Chigozie, what comes to mind? When they hear Samuel Chibuzo, what comes to mind? When they hear Ayobami Ayobami, like when people hear your name, when people hear your brand name, what comes to mind? Can they clearly say that this person is this person is that? That is brand. And you cannot get to that point until you have deliberately built your presence, your brand consistently over time. This thing takes time. It's not something that is done within 1 5. It's not something that is done within 1 week or 2 weeks or even 1 month. Right? Naturally, this challenge is to help you to start it. And then you find them and then you continue after the challenge. This challenge alone will not help you to build your personal brand. Just know that. But it is to help you to kickstart it, to put you on the process, to put you in that journey while after the challenge, you now continue the process by yourself. So there are basically 5 elements how do you solve? It helps to build clarity. Who are you? That's literally who are you? It helps to build clarity. Then your voice. How do you sound when you communicate? It just makes you to recognize who you are anywhere. If you see UBA designs now, right, anywhere, you will know. Now let's go into let's look at some examples. For those of us who know Vusi Tembekwayo, if you see Vusi's video, let's even imagine you close your eyes are closed, and somebody plays Vusi's video, you will know that it is Vusi or Eric Gogwa. If your eyes is closed, the moment if somebody should play Eric's video, you will know that this is Eric Gogwa's video. It helps to build it helps people to recognize you. Then your story. What's the journey like? What's your journey that makes you credible? Why should people, you know, be interested in what you have to offer, in what you have to say, in what you have to give to them? Why should it is your story that would help them, your journey that would help them. And there's something that helps you to push out your story over time. And then the fourth thing is proof. You say you can do this, show workings. You say you are this, show workings. Proof. Let's see proof of who you are. Let's see proof of what you can do. Let's see proof of what you claim that you can achieve. Just you just put to believe you. And the fifth thing is presence. How consistently do you show up and where do you show up? It gets people to get familiar with you. In fact, there is a law of principle in sales that there needs to be at least 7 contact points before a client or a customer gives you their money. 7. And if you are not showing up consistently over time, that means you will not even get to that 7 contact point and people will not even be able to give you their money at the end of the day. All right. So why does personal branding matter? Right. And I said it earlier at the beginning that people don't just buy your products, they buy you. They buy the person first before they buy the product. So you need to actually present yourself very well before people would actually pay for your product or your service. Right. Personal branding helps you to attract opportunities. I've gotten clients just from my post on LinkedIn. I've gotten clients from Instagram. I've gotten clients from Facebook. So it helps you to attract opportunities, it helps you to get clients, it helps people to trust you. Because when they search and they okay, let's say they see your page and they check, what will they find there? And it helps you to command better prices because when they check your page and they see that among this person are premium, it helps you be able to command not that you're not be begging for crumbs, for a service that is worth quite that is worth premium. And it helps you to stand out in the crowd, right? Posting consistently helps you to be remembered. And if you are invisible, you'll easily be forgotten. See, if you have two people that are offering the same service, in fact, they have the same expertise, right? And one shows up online consistently, right? While the other doesn't show up at all. Who amongst these people, right? And you need the person, you need is in that particular service that both of them render. Who among these people would you give your job to? In fact, you'll not even know the person that is invisible, except if somebody refers them personally to you. And many a times when these people from refer and you will still have to you will still go and check them on Google, on Facebook, on Instagram, when you will see their works. That's why they found out somebody even referred them. That's let's just be honest, that's life. So you cannot just take your personal brand like a joke. So quickly, we are going to the pillars now, the pillars of a strong personal brand, which it relates to the elements that we talked about. So I'll not really waste much time. We have clarity, positioning, credibility, visibility, consistency, and value. Clarity being what do you want to be known for? You can't be known for everything. What exactly do you want to be known for? Then the second one is positioning, right? And it answers one question: why should people choose you? Not because you are the cheapest, not because you are the available, but because you are different. Don't copy somebody else's personality. You are you. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you do. Be proud of what you can offer. Positioning. Then C is credibility. Show proof, show testimonials, right? Show results, show them. Let people see you. Let people see what you can do, right? Then visibility. Many talented people stay broke because they are invincible. That's what content creation helps you to do. It helps you to be visible. Many talented people stay broke because they are what? Because they are invincible. Visibility is what creates opportunity. You can't be chosen if nobody knows that you exist. Then to the fifth pillar, which is consistency. People trust what they see repeatedly. I've already explained earlier, right? That's the 7 points of contact before a client or a customer gives you the money. That's what consistency, right, helps you to do. Then value. It's not just about showing up. You don't want to be hearing low pricing. No, it's not just about showing up, but actually giving something of value when you show up. Giving value when you show up. It's not just about showing up and be doing nonsense. Nowadays when we put social media is filled with a lot of nonsense. A lot of nonsense. We don't want to add it to the list. So help us, please. Now, so what you do with posting, you can teach stuff, educate people, various things about your niche, about your industry. You can share your personal experience as regards that your industry, even general life, right? Show behind the scenes. Let people see what is happening behind the camera. You don't have to always be looking, always polished and everything. You don't always want to see the finished product. You want to see the process in getting the finished product, right? Client stories, client testimonials, lessons that you learned from situations that happen. Understand? Even share your mistakes. You are not, nobody is perfect. So these are the things that helps your viewers to connect with you, right? Share your wins, share your opinions on certain matters, share products that you're working on, share your process, right? Basically, I hope you are jotting. I hope you are jotting. Because for these things, these 10 things listed, you can create a list of content ideas under each of them that you cannot, what I put it now, you can't exhaust the content ideas available to. So you not have the issue of I don't know what to post again. I don't know what to post again. No, if you make use of all these things that you are looking at, you cannot exhaust the content ideas available to you. So, um, your personal brand formula, who do you help, what problem do you solve, and how do you solve it? Put it together, that tells who you are. Who do you help, what problem do you solve, how do you solve it? The example that I'm giving is I help small businesses grow online through strategic social media marketing. Who do you help? The person helps small businesses. What problem do you help them solve? It helps them to grow online. How? Through strategic social media marketing. Who do you help? What problem do you solve? And how do you solve it? So quickly, now moving into content creation. Content creation. And content is basically anything that communicates a message, right? Content is anything that communicates a message, whether it is in text, in audio, images, videos. As long as it is communicating a message, it is what it is content, right? And you should know by now that you don't just create content to just post, you create content to educate people, to inspire them, to entertain them, to convert them, that is to sell to them, conversion, then to build trust, to build trust. Understand that you don't just create content just for creating content sake. In fact, there has to be a goal for that content. There has to be a purpose for that content that you are creating, right? Every content that you create should need to answer a question of what value is this giving someone. So when you're creating something, when you're creating a content, you need to check this thing. What's the purpose? What's the goal? What is it giving people? What is it teaching people? What is it telling people? All right. So then your content framework, right? You should have your who, then your body, then your CTA. By CTA, I mean call to action. The hook, that is the first thing that they see that grabs their attention. That's the hook. Then you move to the body. That's the end. That's the actual content itself, the actual value that you have to give. Then the CT, call to action. Tell people what you want them to do. Don't assume that they should know what to do. Do not assume that they should know what to do. Do not assume that they should know what to do. Tell them what you want them to do. If not, you just the personal content and not be getting results. Because your personal content and not be getting the desired result that you want. And sometimes the problem can just be that there is no CTA, call to action. Right. So there are various ways to write right. And for those who are my social media management and marketing students, in that should be in module one, in module one you get to learn about global letters. As you get to learn about copywriting. Now this is just a fragment of that section of the course, right? Book writing formulas, right? It could be a question. Why does this keep happening? Common problem. Something just make people inquisitive, make people intrigued. Like, what is this? What is this person trying to say? Right? You can look for a common problem in your niche, in your business, in your industry, and make use of this formula. There are a lot more other formulas when it comes to book writing, not just this is just a few, right? Another one is to contradict something where everyone tells you to this. That's like when you're trying to break a myth, like a myth and truth kind of thing. Everyone tells you to this, to do this. Everyone tells you that this, but here's the reason why that is wrong, right? Or you are trying to make a confession that I used to believe that this was this until this happened, until I did this, until something happened, that kind of thing. Then around is statistics, then a shocker, right? Um, 10% of people don't know about this particular thing, right? Then story like a vlog, the day I almost did this, right? So they actually quite a number of formulas that one can use to write various books for the kind of content that you are pushing out. So there's no um there's no one size fits all, right? There's no one size fits all. Now, aside, so let's move quickly. There are many people that always complain that I don't know what to post. But I used to tell my students that content is everywhere. Content is what is you can get content from everywhere. Everywhere. It's just for us to be very much attentive. And what's the English I would use? That is the word conscious now. And let me say what attentive. Be attentive to our surroundings, attentive to things like our brain should be able to pick things when they come. Right? You can be watching a movie and then bam, get the content I get from. You can be going to somebody's content and but you get the content and get for yourself. But you can be going to your comment section and then you get content from there. You can be talking to a client and then you get content. Content is everywhere. From questions people ask, from your conversation with clients, from your mistakes, from your lessons, from your wins, from books that you are reading, from your personal experiences, from industry news, from your own opinions on certain matters. You can turn them into content. You can turn them into polished content. So content is everywhere. Oh. Content is everywhere. You can push out content to educate people, educational content, storytelling, behind the scene testimonial, case studies, opinion, the process of the work, myth versus fact, FAQs, and not just because I've already spoken a lot um, about this already. So I will not draw too much time on this anymore. And these are types of knowledge I put from there. So for this challenge, you'll actually be focusing on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Those are the platforms that I'll be focusing on. Right. So you can be pushing out your content on all these four platforms or three of them. I take Instagram and Facebook as one. You understand? Because you can cross post. You can take this also like you can have Facebook and Meta, then you have TikTok, then you have LinkedIn, right? Or you have Meta, Instagram and Facebook, you have TikTok also. Or you have Instagram and Facebook, but basically, right? But depending on your industry or your profession, right? You should have at least all this. For somebody who is a business owner, who is selling fabrics or kitchen items or something, you might not need LinkedIn, but then you should have Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. But you that you're a professional, right? Like you're a graphic designer, social media manager, a virtual assistant, you should have all the four. You should have all the four. Or are you still with me? If you are still with me, drop a yes in the comment section. If you are still with me, drop a yes in the comment section. We are ready. We are getting closer. If you are here with me, drop a yes in the comment section. All right. So your content creation give should have three things: visibility, value, then when you are consistent with it, it brings opportunities. Right. Visibility, the portion of the content. Value, the content that you're giving out is valuable. They are consistent in it. The opportunities will come to you. I need to understand that not every post will go viral. There's some content that you push out to just be 50 views, 100 views, 200 views, and there are some that will go viral over 1K views, 2K views, 5K views, 10K views, and more. But you need to understand that every content you push out contributes to your reputation. Understand that every content you push out contributes to your reputation, right? And you're so to understand that people don't just hire the best of them or the best graphic designer, or but in fact, if you want, what yardstick we want to use to measure who is the best? Really, see the sky is too big for everybody to fly. So just fly. There's no competition. Just the thing is that you are flying, you are visible. People are seeing that you are flying. That's the thing. So people don't, hire the best social media, the best social media managers. They hire the one that they know, that they trust, and they remember. And people cannot know you, trust you, or remember you if you don't show up consistently. Right. So now a lot of us be saying, "Okay, yes, and we know all we know, all of us know these things, but then school, work, life and everything. So many of us work, life, school and everything happens, and then it becomes a problem, right? For us to, it becomes a problem for us to, push out content because of our daily activity, which is why the concept of batch creation of content actually came into being, right? And the essence of what batch creation of content basically is that you create your content in batches, right? You create your content in batches. That's the whole idea. You create your content in batches, right? Um, Out of 7 days a week, I just pick one day that you use to record your videos, to create your content, to create your designs, you understand? And then all you have to do is to do what is to start scheduling them for the days that you want to push them out, right? Really, that's what many of us do. That's what many in a sitting within 30 minutes or 1 hour, I can record 5 videos. And it's just what's meaning now to edit them, right? In fact, there's a client that I have that I'm working with now. Um, the last time she recorded was about 2 weeks ago or thereabouts. But that day, she budgeted that day that today I want to create videos. That day alone, she created over 20 something videos, talking videos throughout that day, and she uploaded everything in the cloud and I have access to them. So my own is just to do what? Pick them and edit, pick them and edit, pick them and edit. Jokingly, when she reached out, she said that she believes that all these ones should be enough for the next 6 months, for the many part of this. I just laughed and doing man. But that's literally how it is. Batch creation of content. It helps you to ease up time. It helps you to ease up time. All right, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. That was a breaking. Ah, so there was a break. There was a break there. All right. So if you can actually do this, it makes your content, it makes pushing up content easier for you. All right. It helps you to ease time, right? Because you in a day you can create all the content that you need, really, right? And what you just need to do is for you before that day comes that you have chosen, all you just need to do is to do what is to plan ahead, right? Plan ahead so that you know, so that it's not that during that day comes, you would now start, looking for what you not lost up and down. You understand? We don't want you to be looking for what you not lost up and down. So ensure that you plan ahead. Ensure that you plan ahead. Then when the day comes, you record your videos, you create your designs and all that. Write your captions, and all you now need to do next is to do what? Is to schedule, is to schedule them. Now we have many of us, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of reasons. You can give a lot of reasons why you do not create content. For many of us, is the fact that we want everything to be perfect. You want it to be perfect at first. But the next truth is, if you're waiting for when you be perfect, you would not do anything. If you're waiting for everything to align, everything to be perfect, camera aligned, everything work set up, you will not do anything. You will not do anything. You just have to get up and do what you can with what you have access to. Right? And many of us always think that what will people say, what will people think about. But no, nobody's those people that are thinking about, they're not the one that's going to feed you. They are not the ones that will feed you. So stop worrying about what people think and worry about your future. Worry about your plan. Worry about your career. Worry about what you want to do. Forget about what people think. Another thing is there's no strategy. There's no content. We've looked at various types of content or various kinds of content that we can push out. If you can work with those lists that you have given already, you will always have something to push out. You will always have something to push out. Have your content pillars, right? Have a direction, have a strategy, have a direction to your content. Not just anyhow, anywhere benefits. No. Then another thing why many of us still do not push out content, we are comparing ourselves to other people. My dear, if you are comparing yourself with somebody, if you are comparing your 1 month journey to somebody's 5 years journey, you go just kill yourself. I was listening to a podcast to an interview with Eric Gugwa, and I got to understand that Eric Gugwa has been pushing out content since 2012, and here we are in 2026. And the funny thing is, many of us did not even hear about him till around 2022 or 2023. Eric Gugwa, that's don't mention no, we don't do that here. Many of us did not hear about him since till around 2022, 2023. But many of us even still just heard about him last year. But as a pushing out content since 2012. Now you that are not just starting, you're not to be comparing yourself with come come on. My dear, you are you. You are on your own journey. Run your thing as you can, the best way you can, right? Stop comparing yourself to other people. Another thing is lack of accountability, which is what this challenge is for, right? Lack of accountability, which is what this challenge is for. We hold your neck. We will hold your neck. I'm telling you now, we fight, but don't worry, we will settle down now for your own good. All right. So now I believe we've been able to learn a lot of it when it comes to personal branding, content creation, and bad creation of content. So now let's go straight to what exactly we have for the next 14 days. For the next 14 days. So next 14 days, we'll also be pushing out 7 contents, right? So we said 14 days content challenge doesn't mean that we'll be pushing out content every day. You know, if you are trying to start something, if you are trying to build an habit, you should not go all in. Just put small leg inside. You understand? If you just go all in, bam, you will run out. So we are doing it small, small. So that's why we decided that okay, this content challenge is going to be 1 day on, 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off, so that there's space in between. We are not doing every day for 14 days. That would be too much of an ask for some of us who are just trying to build their habits, right? So 1 day on, 1 day off. And since there's 14 days, that means that 7 contents in total. And I've already mentioned that we're working with 4 platforms, like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, right? And out of the 7 contents that are going to be pushed now, so we have 3 videos, that's 3 reels, 2 carousels, and 2 single images, right? 3 views, 3 videos, 2 carousels. Carousels are multiple images, right? It's like multiple slides, multiple images in one content. While single images, single, right? So those are the 7 kind of contents, formats of content that we will be pushing out. Now, because of the fact that we already understand, we've talked about batch creation of content, right? Normally, we would have said that every day they are going to push out content, provide the the content it is, but then you are all the contents from the very beginning, from the 1 down to the 14, all the 7 contents, the details will be provided at once so that you can batch create your content. Do you get that? We are going to provide all the content details for the 7 contents at once so that you can batch create your content. Because we don't want you to be creating content on the go, but create them so that you don't have any excuse. All the contents you can create them in 1 day. I will say it again. All the 7 contents you can create them in 1 day, right? So we are going to provide all the details, the content idea, the concept, the sub proposed hook or sample captions and what have you. Your own is to just show up, create the content, and
publish. Do you understand? So there's no excuse. There's no excuse of I don't know what to post. There's no excuse of I don't have content idea. No, you have provided everything. You have provided everything. Now I'm going to be looking at each of the contents, right? Each of the 7 contents, right? Now, initially we planned that this was going to be for only social media managers or you know, how do I put it now? Digital professional, but then we have different kind of people in the group. We have photographers, we have teachers, we have business owners, entrepreneurs. So is the we've been able to work around the content such that everybody can be a part of it. Right. So the first content is going to be real video, and it's going to be the idea is your origin story. What is the why behind what you are doing? What is the why behind why you chose what you are doing, right? And the idea is starting it's going to be a story. Is a story kind of thing. You just give a story about the entire thing for yourself within 60 seconds or 90 seconds max. Just share a few things as regards how you started, the struggles, and why you kept going. Right? Just basically why. What's your why? Because many people start careers, many people start a skill, but the moment they face one issue, they back out. And that's because their why was not strong enough. If it be say, not just because their friend they earn money from that skill, that's why they said they wanted to learn the skill. You understand? So, like, why are you doing what you are doing? What's the push? Your origin story. Let's know what exactly is the push. Right. And you're going to record yourself talking. And I know you're shy. And and but help us. Eh? Help us. Then the second content is going to be a carousel, multiple slides, right? It's gonna be a carousel, multiple slides. And that's what with 5 mistakes in your industry. 5 mistakes in your whether as a social media manager or as a graphic designer, as a photographer, as a business owner or whatever. 5 mistakes in your industry, right? As a social media manager, it could be that 5 mistakes social media managers make and how to fix them. For a graphic designer, it could be that 5 mistakes why clients ghost you after you send the design brief or something. For a photographer, and it could be that 5 mistakes why clients book someone else, even when your work is better as a photographer, right? As a business owner, it could be that 5 mistakes why people visit your page and leave without buying, right? So that's basically it for the second content. Then the third content is a single image content, right? And that is like basically about a quote, right? A quote that a belief statement that captures your philosophy, your ideology, your thoughts about that your field, about that your industry, about your business or something, right? A philosophy kind of a post, right? Something that guides what you do. I can give an example, right? As a graphic designer, I use AI to generate some samples, right? As a graphic designer, it could be that, graphic design isn't just a decoration, it is actually communication. Because design is the bridge between an idea and the person it was made for, which is very, very true, right? Very, very true. Therefore, for a photographer, it could be that a photo doesn't freeze a moment, it actually keeps it alive forever. The best photographer or the best camera is one that captures the story, right? For a fabrics entrepreneur, it could be that I don't just sell fabrics. I sell the dress someone would remember forever. Quality is not a price point, it is a standard, right? So a bold statement as it regards what you do, your industry, your field, right? Then the fourth content is a day in your life. Let us know what is going on behind the scene. This one is a video. Take us through a typical day in your life. Wetin dey sup behind the scene. Let us know. Let us see what happens behind the scene. Give us a day in your life from morning till evening. A day in your life. How does what happens? By so time, what happens? By so time, what do you do? By so time, what happens? That kind of thing. It helps. That's behind the scene, right? It helps people to to trust you, to flow with you, right? To say that this person is credible, right? So that's the second video amongst the seven contents, right? Then we now move to the fifth content, which is a kind of a step kind of a content. This is also a carousel. This is the second carousel. Remember I said it to be three reels, three videos, three carousels and two single images, right? We've already looked at two videos. This is the second carousel. We've also looked at one single image. So this is the second carousel is a step thing, right? So for a social media manager now, the idea is that how to build the social media strategy in 6 steps. So give us the 6 steps to build a social media strategy, right? And a supposed hook or a sample hook is that most social media managers skip step two. That's why their content doesn't convert. For a graphic designer, it can be that how to build a freelance design business, a freelance graphic design business in 6 steps, right? And a supposed hook, a sample hook can be that most designers stop at step one, or most designers stop at step two. That's why they stay broke and busy, or that's why they stay broke but still busy, right? For a photographer now, it could be that 6 steps to booking more photographic clients consistently, right? And a possible hook can be that most photographers wait for clients, but here is how to get them, how to go get them instead, right? For a business owner now, for a fabric business owner now, here are 6 steps to selling more of your products online. That's a B2B fabric seller. Here is how to sell more of your products online. A possible hook can be that most business owners post and hook, but here is how to post with a plan. But it's basically a step kind of a carousel. That's the idea for this fifth content, right? Then to the next content, which is a single image, again is testimonial proof. And I don't think I need to explain much on that. Testimonial proof, right? Then the last content, which is a real video, right, is a POV kind of review, right? What people think your job is versus the reality. Just to break down some misconceptions about what you do. It's that simple. So the full details of all this will be sent, will be made available all at once so that you can batch create your content. Right, so that you can batch create your content. So now we know that um Instagram, each of these platforms right, have their uniqueness, right? For LinkedIn now, storytelling. And if you want to push out a carousel on LinkedIn, you also turn it into a document, a PDF. Turn the carousel, the pictures into a PDF, and then you put it as a document on LinkedIn. But on Instagram, you can just put it as a carousel. Slide it comes in as a slide naturally on Instagram. But on Facebook now, if you want to post a carousel on Facebook, it will just be as pictures, right? Like that's why you now see like three pictures, then now see plus three more. That means that they're like six. You understand? That's even to put. But when it comes to that carousel kind of a thing on Facebook, it's best to just put a static image, then let all the body be in the caption, right? Not to post carousels with pictures like that kind of thing on Facebook. TikTok, TikTok is video, right? So even if you want to post carousel on TikTok, can't turn it in. Well, you can post pictures and the slide, yes, which is it also works. But TikTok, we know that video is what does best on um on TikTok, right? So for this challenge, we have rules. We have rules. Rule one is that you are to post every content. Not that this one I cannot post this one, I cannot do this one. No, that's not why we are. We are here to push our. That is a challenge. You are here to push yourself, right? Everybody is expected to push out every content, right? Then the second rule is that everybody is expected to engage with everybody's content, like, comment, and repost. Like, comment, and repost. Everybody is expected to engage with everybody's content. There's no excuse. And you have to make use of the challenge hashtag in your hashtags in your content for easy finding. Then you don't want it to you don't run away. You start the one, you know not see you again. Don't run away. I be just silence. You never do anything. It is not allowed in this. You are here for a reason. If you know they are not going to be participating, help us and leave the group. Don't stress us so that we too will not stress you. Right? And don't be looking for perfection. Don't be looking for perfection. Right? We are growing here and here, right? That's the idea. We are growing. Don't be looking for perfection. All right. So that brings us to the end. So questions, if you have any questions, um, you might be asking that what if you miss a day? It's not a problem. Ensure that you post it the next day, right? So that you don't get too left behind, right? If you miss a day, not a problem. You can post it the very next day. But just ensure that you don't get too left behind, that you're not owing 3 days content, 4 days content. No, it is not allowed. It is not allowed, right? If you might be asking that you are fasting, but your phone alone is enough. Your phone alone is enough. Your phone alone is enough. There's no excuse. Your phone alone is enough. Then, if what if you don't want to show your face? Then we want you to show your face, right? But peradventure, if you don't want to show your face, there are ways around it, right? You can use a voiceover. Use a voiceover, and then you have the pictures, images, and whatever. But we want you to show your face. We want to see you, right? We want to see. You will not die. You will not die. That's the thing. You die. You will not die. You want to see, right? Want to see. And you see, the essence of this is to help you know that you can actually push out content consistently. Really, like you can push out content consistently. You can. You can. You have just not tried it. That's why you think it is not possible. You need to show up consistently for your business or your brand. You just need to. So let us put in our best in these 14 days. And I tell you that you'll be glad that you did at the end of the day. And finally, while we start this challenge, as we push out content every 2 days, I'll be watching. My team will be watching and will be giving scores, right, based on our consistency, the um the level of our content or our thoughtfulness in the content, our engagement with other people's content also, and the top 2 persons at the end of the day would have 2 months free access to my mentorship circle, right? Where we have sessions weekly, like the general community where you currently are, that the digital circle, we only do live sessions once in a month, right? But in the mentorship circle, we do sessions every week, once every week, right? We go live once every week, and we look at a lot of things, a lot of things. Apart from just the social media management of digital marketing, for you to be a better person, right? As a professional, right? Working with people, relationships and the likes. We look at a lot of things and we talk. In fact, there our sessions can last 3 hours and more in the mentorship circle. You can ask those who are there. And our same mentorship can last for 3 hours or more. We start by 7, sometimes we end after 10, right? But on the general group, it's just once a month and 1 hour, 30 minutes max, and we are done, right? So the top 2 people will be having free access, 2 months free access to our mentorship circle. right? Just to say, yes, you have done well, as well as like an encouragement and the like. So if you have any question that has not been addressed, drop it in the comment section. Drop it on the group. Drop it on the group and we're going to look at it together. All the content details will be made available to you. I hope you have learned something. If you have learned something, comment yes, I've learned something. Comment yes, I've learned something. Comment yes, I've learned something. If you have learned something, comment yes, I've learned something. All right. So 14 days, yes, I'm super hyped up. I'll also be creating my own content too. Don't forget, I'll also be creating my own content. So it's not only me to be creating my own content, right? So everybody is gonna be a part of this, right? So let's do what to create our content. And good night to everybody. So I'll see you in the group. Once you are done, once you are done with the session, notify the group that hey, I'm done with the session. Notify in the group that hey, I'm done with this. You never can tell. The first person to notify in the group that I'm done might get something. Notify the group that you are done. That means that you got to the very end of this session. So yes, I wish you good luck. 14 days. Here we go.